Think of the common fears that we as human beings have about doing the right thing. Not only in safety, but in life in general. Okay? Just think of the human fears. I'm just going to speed through this a second to see if I've got a list. There, I'll put them up for you. I didn't make that list up. When we did an investigation and we asked the guy, why did you do something you knew you shouldn't have done? You see, it's not ignorance or stupidity. The guy knew the right thing, but he didn't do it. So we said, why didn't you do it? And these are some of the answers guys have given us over the years. Afraid to be seen as slow, lazy, unprofessional. For good guys like yourselves, many of you skilled, technical tradespeople, the worst thing is to be seen as incompetent and being unable to do the job, yeah? You don't want people to think you're incompetent. A troublemaker. You see that funny word? If I stop the job once, is that good? Yes. If I stop it twice, is that good? If I stop it the third time because I'm still not happy with the risk assessment, something's not right here. It's not good. By the time we get to the third risk assessment, do you agree? Oof. Okay. There was one example we had where a man shut down an offshore platform. When he did this, in the discussion, what happened was he couldn't read the drawings. What he needed was the manual, because he couldn't read it. So he said, why didn't you ask for the manual? Oh, these guys will think I'm incompetent. Was he incompetent? Yes, because he didn't ask for the manual. I can't read these drawings. I wonder if these two things join up. Let's try it. And he did, and the place went down. Now, this is one side of the coin. We'll come to what causes this. But there, yes, I don't understand. Seen incompetent, silly and stupid. Agreed? We hate that. We hate feeling silly or stupid. Okay? And to give you an example, in another environment we were working in, it was a morning meeting, 7 o'clock. Here was the boss. Here was the safety advisor. And the boss said, look, we're a good organization. Top of our agenda, safety first. Does anyone have any safety questions? Yes, I've got one. What? I noticed the banksman wasn't wearing a jacket. I thought you had to wear a yellow or a green jacket to be identified as the banksman, the flagman. You clearly weren't listening yesterday. We discussed this for 20 minutes. We're a Norwegian rig working in British waters for 2 weeks, and we're not going to change our procedures for 2 weeks. And if you were paying attention yesterday, you would have heard that, so I'm not talking about that anymore. Does anyone else have any safety questions? Did they? No. You see how easy it can happen? Even if the guy was asking a stupid question. How about this? I was in a meeting about 3 months ago, suits and ties in the boardroom, and the speaker used the word axiomatic. So I'm sitting there, axiomatic, I should know this. And I'm looking around the room, this is all happening in a microsecond. I'm looking around the room, and everyone's going, yeah. What am I thinking? Am I the only idiot who doesn't know the meaning of axiomatic? Yes. You can't escape this, can you? How can you escape your humanity? So, I couldn't take it anymore. Excuse me, what does axiomatic mean? Okay? And as soon as I asked the question, guess what happened? So, what do you think happened once I asked the question? Guess. So I just picked on you. Yes! You see, 6 or 7, yeah, what does it mean, by the way? So do you see how this kicks in? We can't escape this. We hate it. We've got it all in us, okay? It means self-explanatory, by the way, just in case you want. Right. I don't want to be seen as weak. 6'4", 200 pounds. I'll carry that 50-pound valve. Does it matter what height I am? Does it matter what size I am? What's the rules about lifting? 50 pounds? 20-something, 25 is it? Get the lifting gear. So you get some guys lifting things because they don't want their mates to think they're weak. So he lifted the valve, smashed his thumb. Because I don't want you to think I'm weak. Upsetting workmates we talked about. Be careful. In many working environments, when there's a bit of pressure. Now we'll come to the pressure in a minute. Remember the other side of the coin. Do you sometimes put your mates under pressure? A guy with a yellow jersey, you look like you could put people under pressure. Afraid of losing your job. Agreed? It's always there. I'm afraid of losing my job. If I don't do this well, I don't get asked back. If you muck up, we lose our job. Okay? And you can't see it at the bottom, I'm sorry. Afraid of being unable to cope. Remember the concentration one? Yeah. So, in summary, how do we fight this? And I'll give you the best tool we've got for doing this. Step number 1. 80% of this is made up. It's not real. I think you will think I'm weak. I think you will think I'm incompetent. We think all these things. We think all these bad things. And I'm just using a rule of thumb, 20-80. 80% of the fear is not there. So when I do stop the job, the supervisor says, hey, good guy, thanks very much. When I do say to the guys, hey, look, we're doing the wrong thing here. Let's get the taxis. Yeah, I suppose you're right. 80% of this is made up. It's called conditioned fear. So you cannot escape this. It is always there. It is good. This is our survival mechanism. It helps us conduct ourselves. But when it comes to the working relationship, not only in safety, but in anything else, selling, social relationships, getting a job, asking for a raise, these things kick in. We remember this deep down. We remember these things. Step number 1, 80% of it is made up. Just do it. Ask. Step number 2. What happens when the fear is real? The supervisor, unfortunately, in a rare instance, the supervisor will not be sympathetic. The supervisor will think you're a lazy person. You know this because you've seen him do it or her do it to other people. Okay? What do you do now? What's the balancing act now? So 80% good, just do it. It'll work out fine. 20%, if you don't do it, they'll get someone else. How are you going to balance that one? And I'll show you something that might help you. Let's say a guy, in the worst case scenario, a supervisor says, if you don't do it, cheerio, we'll get someone else. Now that's very rare, come on. But let's say that's the worst case. All you're having to decide, is it not, is which way you will lose your job. You will either lose your job, and it's very hard to fire people, and people are not going to fire you for sticking up for safety, but let's assume that's going to happen, yeah? If a guy fires you, you lose your job. If you continue with a job that's unsafe and it's not good, you could lose your job another way. And please forgive me, I'm taking a real extreme example, aren't I? But that's the basic, that's all you can do, isn't it? Where the 20% might be real, they're going to mock you. When you ask a question, they're going to mock you. They always mock you. Well, what can you do? Just do it. Yes, I know I am a stupid person, but I still don't know what axiomatic means. Yes, I know I've been here 6 years, but I need the manual. Oh, you should bloody know what you do. You've been here 6 years and you don't even know how to fix that. Yes, I don't know how to fix it. I can't read the drawings. Can I have the manual? So what we're saying is, for the 20% that might be real, you have to take a hit, don't you? You have to have the courage to take a hit. Yes, they will think I'm stupid. Yes, they will think I'm weak. I don't care. If I squash my thumb, I can't work. Yeah, I am weak. I need the lifting equipment. Okay? One of the ways to deal with this psychologically, try this experiment yourself. The next time you're in a position, whether it's at work or socially, try, the steps are as follows. Kind of admit you're afraid. Please, mentally up here, say to yourself, I'm afraid to ask the question. Because we often hide from ourselves. As adults, we don't like this. As adults, we don't like this exposed. And it's quite funny when you do workshops. Remember we had good discussion on the table? People are talking. When you come to this discussion, it goes very quiet because people don't like it. We don't want to be reminded that as human beings, we're afraid of all these things. We're big people, we're adults. But there comes a point where you say, the reason I'm not stopping this job is because I'm afraid. I've already stopped it twice. They're going to think I'm an idiot if I stop it the third time. Now that's what I think they'll think. So admit yourself to the fear. Then start feeling the fear. Try and work up where the fear is in you. Try and, look, I know I'm afraid, but where am I feeling it? Most people get it here in the solar plexus. Some people get it in the back. Some people feel it creeping up on their neck. You feel fear, yeah? You know what fear feels like, okay? So try and feel it, okay? And then just go and do it. You're trying to change the subconscious perception of fear. Now, can you believe it? That's all we've got. You know, when you see people being scared of spiders, you know, they put them on your hand, you move closer and closer. This is a similar thing from an industrial point of view. 80% of it is not real. We're kidding ourselves. You're going to get hurt for nothing. Do the right thing. 80% of the time, good. Where it's 20%, take a risk. Okay? Okay. And then if you are affected by, particularly younger guys, there shouldn't be an age difference, but as you're more experienced, you look stupid so often you don't care anymore. But as a younger guy, you have to fight this hard. You have to fight this like crazy, okay? Because this will hurt you if you don't get it right. And we know from investigation, why did you not stop the job? Why didn't you tell them you need the lifting gear? Every single time this comes up, okay? And that's all we've got. Very interesting. It seems like a contradiction. We're all the same, me and you. All human beings are the same. We've all got this, from the most junior guy up to the most senior guy. So we're all the same, we've all got them, but we've all got a different mix of these. So all I can say, again, I'm not lecturing, please, I'm just saying, if you don't get a hold of this and you don't start stopping more jobs, asking more questions, and pushing yourself to fight the fear factor, you're going to get hurt, because that's it.